We talked about the spectrum of your knowledge and how it influences your choices. We came here to explore my observations of Earth. Upon learning how this world works, we'll identify a deeper problem into your psych dysfunction. If you watched Orientation 2.1 on psychology, it talked about a pattern of decisions that lead up to one's vocation and direction in life. That pattern I will refer by as psych mapping. From my experience on Earth, I learned that map has been vastly blown out of proportion with all the information and standards projected on a person. And if you don't meet those standards, it becomes grounds for inferiority and displacement. So what does this have to do with knowledge? Everything. Take for example the psych mapping of Impressionism. How you look, how you talk, how you move, how you perform. For each one of those listed, break down the psych even further, such as how you look, fancy clothes, physical fitness, hair and skin products, atmosphere staging. Such behaviors aren't wrong in themselves, but the psych structuring changes a person. Unhealthy obsessions groom people to prioritize status, self-interest, and wealth over community impact. I do not share this to judge anyone, but to inform you the dangers of embodying modern-age propaganda. You will feel it manifested every time a person treats you with bias or with less dignity. You will be rejected, ostracized, underpaid, oppressed, criticized, and so much more maltreatment for not being at their level. Here we only covered one aspect of psych mapping. Now consider combining topic maps such as technology, health, science, politics, and religion. It is overwhelming to envision all the information one is expected to learn, remember, and implement real time to the standards set by status quo. Get swallowed up and you'll easily compromise your relationship with God. Many communities have made this status quo propaganda their own, and they recirculate it, promoted and projected on all. Here are some examples. What is the message behind this meme? Your peace is expensive, inferring that you should only love and respect those who you deem qualified. If one has adapted the psyche of a Christian, it is said to love your enemies. If a person is wounded or confused, a message like this hints that one should abandon the lost. Here's a psych-bending message that puts emphasis on verbiage instead of digesting what's said. It can be interpreted that this is propaganda that teaches people to exercise strategic communication patterns instead of authenticity, cultivating the ideology of social staging. Read this list and learn how the messaging preps you to think a certain way. It is framed to cultivate the status quo mentality so that people normalize and replicate behaviors. All the behaviors listed does little to improve community, but rather normalizes social injustice of standard projection. What they should be teaching is about maintaining authenticity, practicing human understanding, growth, and character leadership. I have no voice on Earth, so I came here to speak in the Haven realm. Together we can reconstruct the psych map to prioritize growing into who God calls man to be. The psych mapping of a true Christian, a saint, a heart full of love, obedience, responsibility, and impact.